Wieder zurück mit einem Gespräch mit Mitzi. Und jetzt wollen wir mal erfahren, was sie... sie hat ja diesen Freund erwähnt, was sie
You
uns darüber
mentioned the
erzählen kann.
boyfriend. Tell me something about him.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about him. His name's Jack.
Jack
He's
Black.
dead.
Oh.
Oh.
Miss Ashworth, are you sure you want to listen about my miserable life? I don't want to bring you down. These aren't happy stories.
And I'm not a happy stories kind of person. I'm sure you've noticed by now.
I guess so.
Sichtenperson. Mhm.
Anyway, I suppose I would have had to tell you about Jack sooner or later. After all, he is the main reason I'm here. I just don't know where to start.
Erzähl mir, wie ihr zwei euch kennengelernt habt. Wie hat er die Neuigkeiten mit deinem Krebs aufgenommen? Jack hat diese Bilder an deiner Wand gemacht. War er ein Künstler?
Jack made those pictures on your wall.
Fangen wir mal
Was
damit
he an
an.
artist?
He always liked all kinds of morbid stuff, whether it was music, movies, paintings. So do I, really. We had that in common, amongst other things. People say it's depressing to listen to sad songs
Oh, der
or
Nebel
watch
zieht
sad
auf.
films. But I never felt that way.
And yet, you are scared of fog.
Oh, that's different. I might be scared of fog, but I like spiders. They're beautiful.
You must be out of your mind, Mitzi.
No, honestly,
Kindheitstrauma mit
there's a
Nebel.
certain
Tja.
indescribable beauty in sadness. Just like there's beauty in the grey and ugly winter morning when you look past the obvious and notice what others can't see.
You must love my apartment then. It's like Ugly took a vacation here and never went home again.
Tja, die Hässlichkeit ist da wohl eingezogen. Dann sag mal...
Tell me how you two met.
Oh, we knew
Genau.
each other for like forever. We grew up on the same street.
Oh,
It's funny how we seem to be made for each other. A perfect match. I always knew he was the guy for me, and I'm sure he never doubted that either. Jack was absolutely crazy about me. We thought one day we would marry, have children, be happy. I never had many friends because I had Jack. I didn't need anybody else. You know, if there's one thing I'm really grateful for in my life, it's that I got to experience this pure, perfect love. Some people go through a lifetime without knowing how it feels. I guess I've been very lucky. But all luck runs out sometimes.
no. Aber es ist trotzdem schön, so eine Liebe kennengelernt zu haben. Wie hat er die Neuigkeit mit deinem
How
Krebs
did he take the
aufgenommen?
news about your cancer?
He thought I was joking at first.
Ha,
He laughed. Then he got really angry. I swore to him I was serious, but he still wouldn't believe me. We had a big fight that night. It was our first and only fight. But it was awful. He smashed some stuff. His guitar, of all things, was the worst. He loved that guitar. Why did he break it? He was absolutely furious.
aber auf
He
was
walked
war
out
er
on me that
wütend?
night, and when he came back the next day, he was different. Begged me to try surgery and chemotherapy. I didn't really want those things, but I did the chemo for him. It didn't help. It just made me feel sick all the time. But I did the chemo for him. It didn't help. It just made me feel sick all the time. Maybe that's why I didn't see what my cancer was doing to Jack, and it was destroying him as well. He changed. He became obsessed with death. It seemed death was all he ever thought about, even though it was me, not him, who was supposed to die.
Oh Mann, was hat er dann gemacht? Hat er sich selber umgebracht? Das wäre echt blöd, wenn er das gemacht hätte. Aber wenn die wirklich so ein Leben zusammen geführt haben, bricht für einen schon die Welt zusammen, wenn das seinem Geliebten oder seiner Geliebten dann so an den Kragen geht und man weiß, dass ihre Zeit begrenzt ist und dass die Liebe ein Nein, sie hat kein Haltbarkeitsdatum, denn die Liebe geht danach ja eigentlich weiter, nur dass die geliebte Person nicht mehr da ist. Also, das ist ein kleiner Unterschied, allerdings ist es ein gravierendes Problem, nichtsdestotrotz, dass man diese Liebe, die man hatte, nicht mehr so richtig vor Augen sehen kann, nicht mehr spüren, nicht mehr fühlen und so weiter. Und das ist schon ein herber Schlag ins Gesicht, der einen oft nicht mehr aufstehen lässt. Dann fragen wir mal die Frage der Fragen. Während der Nebel, glaube ich, immer dicker wird, ich kann schon mit sie gar nicht mehr richtig erkennen.
How did he die? How did Jack die?
It was so distant in the last few weeks before he died. What I didn't know was that he kept looking for something. I don't think he even knew what exactly. But it eventually found him. Or rather, he found him. There are those forums online, you know, about all sorts of stuff. Fishing, computer games, horses, gambling, addictions, everything really. Accidentally, Jack stumbled upon one about suicide. Or rather, he found him. It's like a failed suicide club.
Verdammt.
People mostly try to help each other and offer support. Sometimes it just helps to know there are others like you. To listen to their stories and how they cope with their lives. But the Eye of Adam is an advocate of death. He dwells on human weakness. His job is to plant an idea, to give them a reason to die and tell them how to do it, once and for good. Jack took the bait. Before he knew, he was completely brainwashed. One day he sat down with me and tried to explain his perfect solution. It was the Romeo and Juliet kind of scenario. We were both to die together in each other's arms. It was supposed to be a quick and foolproof death. There was no chance we would have been saved. All thanks to the Eye of Adam, who created a tool for perfect suicide. He told me it was very simple. All we needed were 2 easily accessible household chemicals, which combined together create a gas called hydrogen sulfide that kills you within a couple of minutes. I told him he was fucking nuts, of course, but he just wouldn't give up. He reasoned with me, then he begged, and eventually just kept screaming at me. I figured it was his crazy idea of a modern romance, but it was downright tacky and just wrong. Finally, he said he would get everything ready and wait for me in our special place at dawn. 5 in the morning. Don't be late. Those were his last words he said to me. Then he stormed out. I cried for hours, thinking I didn't deserve all that from the person I loved most in the whole world. A few times I even tried to persuade myself that maybe he was right and I should do it. But I just couldn't. I eventually fell asleep. I didn't plan it. My head was killing me. I was so tired. I woke up suddenly. I could see the sun rising out my window. It was nearly 5. In utter panic, I threw myself off the bed and ran out the door. I needed to stop him. I needed to get there before it was too late. But right there in my bedroom, before I even left, I already knew it was. When I arrived at our special place, it was already bright. We used to go there in the past, drink wine, sometimes smoke weed and listen to Pink Floyd, sometimes make love in Jack's car. There wasn't really anything special about that old parking lot. But else there was. It was completely abandoned. It was quiet. It was safe. After that day, I've never gone there again.
Wo ist sie? Da. Wir spielen mit sie. Hey, seltsam. Ihr Gesicht ist grün vom Licht. Oh Mann, armer Jack, was machst du denn nur? Das ist echt kein Weg, von dieser Welt zu gehen. Genieße das Leben, solange du es hast. Danach kannst du immer noch tot sein. Und zwar dein restliches totes Leben. Lang genug. Das müsste Jacks Auto sein. Oh nein. Da waren Zettel an den Autofenstern. Wie stark ist dieses Gas? Tut mir leid, ich glaube, jetzt verstehe ich. Da waren... Na, ich weiß nicht, wir entschuldigen
I'm so
uns mal.
sorry. I think now I understand. He loved you so much. He couldn't bear the thought of living without you. And that guy, the Eye of Adam. I'm not surprised you want to find him. I know I would. I'm not sure if I should believe that you only want to talk to him. But hey, that's none of my business. I wouldn't know what I'd do if this happened to me.
Good to know, but I really just want to talk. I want to face Jack's killer and tell him what he's done to me. You know, the funny part is that he actually told me where he lives. He wants to meet me. Would you believe that?
How come?
Well, this kind of thing he does is called trolling on the internet. It's usually a form of extreme bullying and psychological cruelty. Those who are clever enough say don't feed the troll. Don't talk to them. It only makes it worse if you show any interest in them at all. You wouldn't believe me at first. He's a hungry troll who wants to devour as many hearts as he can get a hold of. I emailed him and told him I was a massive fan who loves his work. He wouldn't believe me at first. But trolls are always hungry, and I was prepared to serve him a meal fit for a king.
What do you mean?
I fed him so much bullshit that he really believed I'm a suicide preacher just like him.
Great. I wish he'd given you his door number, though.
It's all a part of some sick game he's playing. Sooner or later, I'll find him.
Okay, Gott sei Dank. Ich dachte, wir könnten darüber schon gar nichts mehr sagen. Da waren Zettel.
There were signs on the car windows.
Autofenster.
Warning signs, yeah. I found on that forum that the Eye of Adam doesn't want any accidental deaths. So we posted this poster design for people to print. It turns out there's a whole sick ideology behind it. Fumes from the car could hurt anyone who opens the door, and that's not the point. The idea is to die willingly and with clear mind, to prepare for it, to embrace it.
Jesus. You'd think the police would investigate the whole thing. Sounds almost like a sect.
This guy knows how to hide. The police can't be bothered to make an effort. It took me 3 months to track him down. Now I'm finally so close. I can almost smell that fucker.
Wie stark
How
ist dieses
strong is
Gas?
that gas?
Extremely deadly, it turns out. It kills in minutes. It's that stinky stuff that smells like rotten eggs, you know? At high concentrations, it can knock down an elephant.
Jetzt muss ich allerdings dazu sagen, die suchen jemanden. Und die bereden das jetzt alles auf dem Balkon? Ich meine, naja, Balkone sind jetzt nicht unbedingt schallisoliert oder sowas. Also, wenn er jetzt drunter wohnt oder so, kann er einen dann schon relativ gut hören. Oder auch nebenan, wenn das Fenster offen ist. Weil Leute auf dem Balkon kann man gut reden hören, auch wenn da jetzt Nebel ist. Ist vollkommen egal. Also, eigentlich ist es doof, dass sie das draußen bequatschen. Was sind das für zwei chemische
What
Produkte?
are those two chemical products?
Well, I'm not sure if you want to know that.
I get it. You don't want to tell me because I'm a fucking suicidal maniac. Is that it?
No, Ms. Ashworth. No, I didn't mean it like that. Okay. Maybe to some extent. Just replace maniac with victim and fucking with recovering. You've only just come back from the hospital. Whatever it was that made you do it, you proved you are capable of going through with it. I don't know you long enough to tell you if you're completely over it now. And the last thing I want is to give you stupid ideas. It would be just like what the Eye of Adam does. I would never forgive myself if anything happened to you because of me. I mean, how could I?
Was, wenn ich dir verspreche, es nie wieder zu tun? Ich habe meine Lektion gelernt. Sterben ist nichts für mich. Die, die sterben wollen, finden immer einen Weg, es zu tun.
I've learnt my lesson. Dying is not for me.
I'd really like to believe you, Miss Ashworth. But I will need you to promise me that you will never try this method.
All right. I can promise you that I will never try this method. Or any other method, for that matter. Been there, done that. Didn't enjoy it much. Do you believe me now?
Yeah, I think I do. Good. I'm glad you said that, you know. The recipe for this deadly cocktail is very simple. Any good housewife can make it in a blast.
Hui! Recovery! Wir sollten es nicht nochmal tun. Ganz ehrlich, ich bin kein Freund von Selbstmord. Jetzt frage ich mich natürlich, was die Chemikalien sind und ob wir sie dann quasi benutzen sollten. Da geht es die Treppe hoch. Ah, hier ist auch eine Tür. Katzengreifer untersuchen. Damit fangen sie Katzen. Ich dachte, diese Greifer seien seit einiger Zeit verboten. Nehmen wir. Die sind echt fies, die Dinger. Also so eine Schnappvorrichtung, die du einer Katze dann um den Hals legen kannst. Ich kenne sie nur als Folterinstrument auch für Menschen, damit du Menschen dann so fangen kannst und von dir weghalten kannst. Für Zombies ist das ganz praktisch, damit sie dich nicht beißen. Ich weiß nicht, wenn wir da jetzt reingehen... Schleich dich hinein. Von der anderen Seite der Tür kommen seltsame Geräusche. Da putzt der Typ gerade seine Waffe. Klettern wir die Treppe hoch. Wir wissen, dass der Typ da im Keller ist. Ich weiß nicht, ob das richtig ist. Oh Gott, ey. Solche werden gar nicht mehr gebaut. Oh, ich habe so... gerade so ein Schiss, hier drin zu sein. Alles, was ich sehe, ist der Nebel. Ich könnte nie den Heimweg finden. Alt wie alles in diesem Haus. Es ist voller Spinnweben und Staub. Oh, ich würde meinen, dass die... Keine Zeit dafür, ich muss rausfinden, wie ich hier rauskomme. Ich würde meinen, dass wahrscheinlich die eine Frau... wahrscheinlich auf dem Dachboden sitzt. Okay, da ist eine Wendeltreppe nach oben. Oh Gott. Ich will hier keine Lampe anmachen. Ich will überhaupt nichts machen. Diese Geräusche, ey. Ist schon creepy, das Ganze. Die Tür ist zu gewesen. Von der anderen Seite der Tür kommen seltsame Geräusche. Oh Gott, ich weiß nicht, was wir tun sollen. Ich will es aber auch gar nicht herausfinden. Machen wir das einfach mal in der nächsten Folge. Wenn es wieder heißt, The Cat Lady. Bis dahin. Cheerio.